Society and technology has advanced tremendously in the past few decades. Social media has appeared and flourished as a result. This wrecking ball force of modern social interaction continues to develop to new heights. Social media continues to gain popularity, and some may even say dependency is developed from its users. Social media is present in lives of individuals all over the world. But as social media continues to rise, there are many issues that rise alongside it as well. The benefits of social media are overshadowed by the negative effects of social media. Social media negatively affects mental health. Today we are going to discuss the negative impact social media has on mental health. We'll talk about the common negative effects on mental health from social media, including addiction and mental disorders. Then we'll see ways in which we can help this issue. And I'll send you off with 6 tips so that you can protect your mental health from social media dangers. Before concluding, you'll also have an opportunity to ask me a question. So for starters, let's take a closer look at the effects social media has on mental health. One way social media negatively affects mental health is through the social media addiction. The presence and constant use of technology in one's life can often lead to misuse, dependency, or addiction. A 2019 study titled Technology Addiction Among Students According to Teacher Reviews discusses that in technology addiction, stimuli such as television keeps a person passive, while stimuli such as a computer game provides active participation. While all technological tools have strengthening and triggering features such as sound effects and attractive colors, these increase the tendency of addiction. Well-known addiction types such as alcohol, gambling, substance abuse, and behavioral addiction all have similar effects on an individual. Newspaper article titled Social Media Usage and Mental Health Issues, published by Arkansas State University, discusses what exactly causes social media to be so detrimental. For starters, social media is highly addictive. The idea that social networking makes an individual more valuable causes more people to connect to it. Essentially, it tricks us into becoming more addicted. The fear of missing out or the need for keeps people coming back for more. Scholars and researchers argue that social media can be as addictive and habitual as crack cocaine. Psychological distress of social media addiction is further explained in a study by the New Zealand Journal of Psychology. The results found that the internet-addicted group displayed highest levels of both depression and suicidal ideation. Correlational studies also found that positive relationships between internet addiction and depression, anxiety, and stress as well. Excessive internet use can develop into internet addiction and even result in further detrimental effects. Another common way that mental health is affected by social media is through the development of mental disorders. In the article, Social Media Usage and Mental Health Issues, participants who spent more time online displayed more symptoms of clinical depression. Frequent social media users often compare themselves to others. Celebrities, fitness gurus, makeup artists, they all create this idea of perfection in the minds of young adults. This causes young adults to glamorize lives perceived as better than their own. This can create insecurities and self-esteem issues in many. Social media can also cause the development of various other disorders. Social media usage and mental health issues discusses that some individuals may develop narcissistic personality disorder. This occurs when a person has an inflated sense of self-importance. Social media causes young adults to seek instant gratification. This is often in the forms of likes, shares, and retweets. This entitlement often continues into real life as well. The various effects on mental health caused by social media usage is discussed in Mental Health Concerns in the Digital Age. These numerous DSM-5 disorders include anxiety disorder, mood disorders, ADHD, narcissistic personality disorder, antisocial personality disorder, and obsessive compulsive disorder. So what are some ways to promote positive mental health and avoid these detrimental issues caused by social media? To effectively help individuals suffering from the negative effects caused by social media, professionals recommend education on the issue, effective self-help, and professional treatment plans if necessary. The author of Is Social Media Used for Networking Positive or Negative explains how education can help prevent the negative effects of social media. Education provided to people with addictive effects of social media can instead encourage people to be mindful of the importance of offline communications. Support services similar to alcohol and drug services can also help by providing treatment for internet-related addictions, especially as the internet continues to grow. Of course, on the other side, there's people who say they simply can't unplug. For them, social media is necessary and beneficial. For some, this is not just for personal pleasures, but also for networking and business as well. Undeniably, there are benefits of social media, but the authors of Mental Health Concerns in the Digital Age discuss that social media and technology for work can even cause difficulty in a work-life balance. Whether it's checking work emails after hours or logging into social media during work hours, this pull of connectivity can create negative consequences in personal and professional domains. With the increasing role of digital media and communications, distinctions between work and leisure, public and private, and here and there are disappearing. It's important to remember a time before social media. I recommend that you think back before social media was a vital part of your life. Maybe this was before social media gained popularity, or maybe this was when you were younger and you didn't have a social media. For many, this time without social media can be remembered as stress-free living. As an attempt to get back to this, Helena Kekmanovica, a professor of psychology at Georgetown University, created a self-help article titled 6 Ways to Protect Your Mental Health from Social Media Dangers. Those 6 ways will be listed here for you folks to see. In these 6 ways, her first way that she lists is to limit when and where you use social media. This can be when you are going to work, when you're going to sleep, or when you're spending quality time with loved ones. It's important to limit yourself and to give yourself times when you're not using it and when you can focus on what you're doing. The second one is to detox. So multi-day breaks are really important. Studies show that it actually lowers stress levels and can raise satisfaction. Third, she lists to pay attention to what you do and how you feel. So if you find that only using social media in small bursts works best for you, so maybe 10 minutes a day here and there, instead of doing like 45 minutes a day, 45 minutes at a time, whatever you find works best for you, you can use that and work with what makes you feel best. Next, she says to approach social media mindfully. Ask yourself why. So you can ask yourself before you decide to go onto social media, why am I doing this? Is it important? Do I need to do this? And is this what I want my life to be about? Next, she says to prune. So unfollow, mute, hide all the people who bring negativity to your social media. And then you can also add positive things. So add Instagrams or friends on social media that make you feel positive, maybe good quotes, pictures of puppies, whatever it is. And finally, stop social media from replacing real life. It's important that even though we use social media to connect to others, especially others who might be far away, it's important that we don't use social media as a replacement for real life connections. Does anyone have any questions? Yes.
I do. You mentioned 3 ways to for helping with this issue, and I was wondering, is one way more effective than the others?
I think that for education, education is really important in preventative measures and also for educating people on the issue at hand. But I would say that it really depends on the person. So if a person can help themselves with self-help, then that's great. But if it's more severe of a case, some people might need professional help. And so it really depends on the person and their needs.
Thank you.
Thanks. So in conclusion, I'd like to ask you to take a step back from social media. Practice healthy social media habits. Put your phone down and enjoy unplugged quality time with loved ones.